The Dallas Mavericks aren't looking too hot this season, sitting at 13 and 23. However, a bright spot for them is how Cooper Flagg has looked in his recent games, even putting up a career high of 40-something points. To match the time frame of the Dallas Mavericks with Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving, I have put Cooper Flagg in his prime to see how he does. He is currently sitting at a 96 overall, and that overall could even become 99 as he is only 19 years old. This season, the Dallas Mavericks won't have Kyrie Irving, so that's not a good thing, but they could still win the championship as they have a healthy Anthony Davis and a 96 overall Cooper Flagg. So currently sitting at 13 and 23, let's just simulate to the end of the regular season. Alright, and already we are winning more games. We are currently almost at 500, and at the end of the All-Star break, Cooper Flagg is putting up a great 20.4 points per game, which is a great for a rookie. He's probably the favorite to win Rookie of the Year, and putting up decent efficiency, nothing too crazy from the three-point line though. And Anthony Davis is still healthy, which is good to see. And let's just sim to the end of the regular season. Alright, we are almost at 500 and we have topped over 500, and Cooper Flagg is doing wonders for this team as Shea wins the MVP, but Cooper Flagg, putting up 21.4 points per game, wins Rookie of the Year. And no other awards for Cooper Flagg, but the Knicks win both Coach and the Executive of the Year awards. Cooper Flagg makes the All-NBA second team, putting up great stats and pretty good for his first year as it is his rookie season. From 13 and 23, we have made the 6th seed and we have a playoff spot against the Houston Rockets, who have Kevin Durant obviously, and we take game 1 and 2. They take game 3. We are up 3-1 and we might win the series. And they come back to beat us as there is a game 7 with Amen Thompson, Kevin Durant, and Jabari Smith Jr. However, we beat the third seed Rockets and advance against the OKC Thunder. These are the defending champs, and I do not expect to beat any of this team as they have Chet and MVP Shea. They take game 1. They take game 2. We take game 3. And we come back to tie it 2-2. However, we win the whole round and we beat them in game 6. And now we play the Timberwolves in the conference finals, who have Anthony Edwards, who take game 1 and 2. However, we take game 3 and we are down 3-1 and we are eliminated. However, this team is looking really strong as we were 13 and 23 at one point in the season. Alright, let's just check out Cooper Flagg's stats for the playoffs. And the Timberwolves win and Anthony Edwards wins Finals MVP. And for Cooper Flagg's stats in those playoffs, he averaged a good 20.7 points per game and putting up a double-double with 11.4 rebounds per game also. And really good efficiency, over 40% in the three-point stat line. Now we are advancing on to Cooper Flagg's second season as Kyrie Irving also comes back from injury and they still have Anthony Davis. Alright, let's just continue to sim till the end of the All-Star break to see how this team is doing. And we start off undefeated for a solid 11 games. It's continuing. We're 14-0, 17-0. This is a really strong start to Cooper Flagg's second season, and we finally lose one, but we still have one of the best records, one of the best starts ever probably, and Anthony Edwards wins NBA Cup MVP, putting up 38 points per game. But let's just continue simulating as we have the best record in the league, sitting at 30-2, but we finally start losing a little bit more games, and we are 33-4. But we are continuing to dominate the league as we have one of the best records in the league. It's going to end up as one of the best seasons of all time, most likely. And Cooper Flagg continues to dominate, and we are at the end of the All-Star break, sitting at first with a 49-7 record and 87.5 win percent, which is very, very good. And let's just see how Cooper Flagg is doing. At age 20, Cooper Flagg is now a 99 overall, which is really good to see. Putting up a really good stat line. And Kyrie is doing his thing. So is AD. No wonder this team is doing so good. But Klay has regressed a lot as he isn't even getting playing time. Alright, let's just simulate till the end of the season to see how we end up doing. And we continue to dominate the whole league as we put up one of the best records of all time, and Cooper Flagg wins MVP. We are 72-10, meaning we match the Bulls' all-time win record, and that's the second most wins of all time. And Cooper Flagg gets all NBA first team. The first seed, we will simulate the play-in to see who we play, and the 8th seed, Memphis Grizzlies, is our matchup with Ja Morant and Cedric Howard, a really good team. They also have Zach Edey, who is really good. And we take game 1. We take game 2. We take game 3. Just bring out the brooms as we sweep the Memphis Grizzlies. And we are up against a Golden State Warriors team without Stephen Curry, who don't even look that good. But they're going to give us a matchup as they take game 1. We take game 2. We take game 3. And there comes the end to that as we lose game 5 and we win game 6. That should not have gone to a game 6. However, we play a really strong Spurs team. That's a super team right there. And let's just simulate as we take game 1. They take game 2. We take game 3. They take game 4. They take game 5 and we might lose, but let's just simulate with Simcast. And things are looking good for us. It's a close game, however. And now things aren't looking good for us, but we might come back. Let's just see. And we do come back as we are winning currently. And as it stands, we will win game 6 to play a game 7 in Dallas. Alright, let's simulate game 7 in Dallas with Simcast, and it doesn't look too great. And we come back to blow out the Spurs. It's not a blowout, it's actually a close game. We only win by 1. Alright, let's just see who scored the winning bucket. And it turns out that Anthony Davis actually scored the winning bucket after Russell got the steal, which is really nice to see. But we are heading to the NBA Finals in Cooper Flagg's second season. Cooper Flagg puts up a double-double with 28.6 points per game and gets Western Conference Finals MVP. And let's just simulate the finals. We take game 1, we take game 2, we take game 3, and it looks like we might win and sweep the Knicks. Cooper Flagg wins Finals MVP with 29.0 points per game. Well deserved. And when asked about his plans, Cooper Flagg wants to stay with the Mavs in the long term, and he is up to a 99 overall. Put up really good stats in the playoffs. But we have lost Kyrie Irving here, which is not a good thing, as he was our second best player behind Cooper Flagg. On to the third season, and we are going to continue to simulate till the end of the All-Star break. And just like last season, we continue to dominate, and we are going to have a really good start to this season. And at the end of the All-Star break, the Mavs are really good, 45-10 on the season as the first seed in the league. And Cooper Flagg continues to be a 99 overall, averaging a solid 30.8 points per game. And all of the team is having great numbers. Now we're just going to sim to the end of the regular season as domination from Cooper Flagg continues. And Cooper Flagg wins the MVP, putting up almost 30 points per game with 12.3 rebounds. And the Mavs have one of the best records in the league, but the Spurs have a better record than us. And Cooper Flagg makes the All-NBA first team. However, no other person from the Mavs makes the All-NBA first team. And the Dallas Mavericks are the second seed going against the Houston Rockets, in which they beat in Game 5. And now they play the Suns, who have Devin Booker and Anthony Simons with MPJ. Let's just see how this series goes. We take game 1. We take game 2. We also take game 3. However, we do not sweep, but we win in game 5. And we are on to the Western Conference Finals against the Timberwolves, led by obviously the one and only Anthony Edwards, who is a 96 overall. Anyways, let's just continue to sim. We take game 1. We lose game 2. We take game 3. And we take game 4. It might be a gentleman's sweep, and yes, it is. And we are facing the Indiana Pacers in the finals. And Cooper Flagg takes Western Conference Finals MVP, well deserved, as he is carrying the team on his back. We take game 1 in the finals and 2. And we are about to sweep them. Bring out the brooms. Cooper Flagg puts up almost 30 and 16 boards with really good efficiency. Anyways, let's just check out some of the stats. Why not? A 35-year-old Anthony Davis takes home his second championship. Actually, third. I forgot he won one with the Lakers, obviously, in that bubble. I don't know if that counts. I guess it does. A championship is a championship. Anyway. And let's just head on to Cooper Flagg's 4th season, as he is a back-to-back champion looking to 3-peat in this video. And what a good option for the Mavs, as he accepts that team player option, I think it was. Actually, no, it was a team option. And we're just going to head to the next season. Anyways, the star power that the Mavs possess is now gone, as Anthony Davis and Kyrie Irving are both off the team. And now let's just see if Cooper Flagg could lead this team to a 3-peat. It would be one of the best runs in the history of the game, as they had a lot of salary cap, but I'm guessing they're keeping that salary cap to obviously extend Cooper Flagg. That's going to be very pricey next year. Anyways, after simming some of the season, we are continuing to dominate, as Bilal Coulibaly for the Warriors wins the NBA Cup MVP. And at the All-Star break, we are absolutely dominating. Well, less than previous years, but we're still 44-11 as the first seed, and the Pelicans are right behind us. But let's just see how this roster is doing at 22. Cooper Flagg is putting up great numbers. He's still a 99 overall. Obviously, it's his contract year, and he is putting up 31.1 points per game with really good efficiency. And Derek Lively is doing pretty well as well, but he has no help. I do not know how they are 44-11 at this All-Star break. Anyways, let's just continue simming. And the domination continues from Cooper Flagg and the Mavericks. And Cooper Flagg heads on to his 3rd MVP in a row, putting up absolutely crazy numbers, 30 points per game with 13 boards. And he is all NBA first team. Obviously, he's the MVP, so he has to be the first team. And in the playoffs, as the first seed after simulating the play-in, we played the Sacramento Kings. We are just going to simulate the round, because why not? We absolutely sweep the Kings. And we play the 4th seed Suns. And they have Devin Booker still, basically the same team from last year. And they're pretty good. They might be better than us on paper. But we have obviously 99 overall. Cooper Flagg, we take game 1. We take game 2. We also take game 3. We might have to bring out the brooms. Yes, we do, as we sweep the Suns. And we are playing the super team in the Spurs, who have so many 90 overalls. And after simulating, we are taking game 1. In game 2 in Dallas, we are going to take it as well. And we are going to bring out, never mind, we're not. But we take game 5 and we win the series, as Cooper Flagg wins Western Conference Finals MVP. And we take on Cade Cunningham's Pistons, as we take game 1, game 2, game 3. Bring out the sweeps here. And Cooper Flagg 3-peats with the Dallas Mavericks, averaging 37 in the playoffs with a double-double in rebounds, as he had no help from his teammates. This is the most mediocre lineup I have seen that has won the championship till this date, honestly. But as long as we have Cooper Flagg, I guess. And Cooper Flagg is a free agent, as he did not accept our extension. So we're just going to throw him everything we have, honestly. Like, he has just led us to a 3-peat. Why not? And let's just try to sign him. Just give him the most money. And currently, as it is looking, we are the favorites to sign Cooper Flagg, which is a great sign because he is about to become one of the best players of all time, obviously. Alright, let's just see if he signed. Yes, he did. A 5-year, $280.3 million contract. One of the biggest contracts in the history of the league, and we're just going to try to go out and get some help for Cooper Flagg now. As we are headed on to the 5th year of Cooper Flagg, the Mavs decide to finally give this guy some help after he absolutely dominated the league for the past 3 years, as they go out and sign Brandon Miller and Cedric Howard. Anyways, let's just continue to sim to the All-Star break. And the Mavs continue their domination as they are absolutely killing this league, 43-14 at the All-Star break. And Cooper Flagg loves it here as he is heading on to age 23. And he is averaging almost 30, with Brandon Miller giving up 21 and Cedric Howard, a new acquisition, putting up 14 points per game. More help than he has had the past year. Anyways, let's just sim to the end of the regular season and I'll be back for the playoffs. And the GOAT conversations are real as Cooper Flagg wins his 4th MVP in a row, almost putting up 30 and a double-double. And Victor Wembanyama takes Defensive Player of the Year, and Jason Kidd and the Mavs GM win Executive and Coach of the Year as Cooper Flagg gets All-NBA First Team and nobody else from his team gets any of the All-NBA teams. And we are once again the first seed, playing the Houston Rockets. We take game 1. Let's just simulate the round and we sweep the Rockets. Anyways, we play a tough opponent in the OKC Thunder, who have Shea and them with Jalen Williams and a 94 overall stat. It wouldn't be surprising if we lose here, but we should win. We might even sweep them. Yes, we do. Bring out their brooms. We are heading on to the Western Conference Finals against the super team in the San Antonio Spurs, who just keep adding more and more with so many 90 overalls. Anyways, after simming, we take game 1, they take game 2, and they take game 3. We take game 4. It's all tied up. They take game 5. I wouldn't be surprised if we lose here, but it's heading to a game 7 as we are going to sim with Simcast. Out of the gates, it looks pretty close, but we are starting to really build our lead, and we might be heading to a 4th finals in a row, and yes, it looks like it. Anyways, let's just see how Cooper Flagg did in this game 7, as without him, it doesn't seem like we win, as he puts up a whopping 26, but Tyler Kolek puts up 29 in the win. A 25-point double-double leads Cooper Flagg to the Western Conference Finals MVP, who they play the Atlanta Hawks in the finals as they are down 2-0. And this team doesn't look anything special. They don't even have Trae Young anymore. Anyways, let's just continue simming as we take game 3 and we tie it up. This might be a 4th ring in a row for Cooper Flagg, but we are down 3-2 in the game 6. We take it. It's going to another game 7. Let's just sim with Simcast. Anyways, at the starting of the game, it looks pretty close. It could be anybody's game still. But we might have won our 4th championship in a row, and the GOAT conversations are real for Cooper Flagg. Flagg puts up a great 45-14, one of the best finals appearances ever by a player. Cooper Flagg wins finals MVP after that performance, obviously. I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it. They're heading on with the same team they had last year and looking to win their 5th championship in a row, which is absolutely wild. Anyways, let's continue to sim to see if a 23-year-old Cooper Flagg could lead them to a 5th championship in a row. After simming a little bit, it doesn't seem like we might get the 1st seed in the whole league, as we are power ranked 2nd in the whole league, but we are 1st in the Western Conference. I'm guessing the Atlanta Hawks are 1st in their conference too, which is the reason why we are 2nd in the power rank. And a 24-year-old Cooper Flagg is doing Cooper Flagg things, as he has regressed a little bit, but nothing too crazy. Still putting up fantastic numbers. And the Mavs dynasty continues to shine as Cooper Flagg goes on to win his 5th MVP, maybe even 4th, I don't remember, in a row. And Jason Kidd and the Mavs GM win Coach and Executive of the Year, as Cooper Flagg makes the All-NBA first team, putting up 27 per game. However, no other player from our team makes any of the All-NBA teams, as we are heading to the playoffs as the first seed in the West. Let's just simulate the play-in, and we play the 8th seed Golden State Warriors. Anyways, let's just check their roster just to see who they have. They have Keontae George now and Bilal Coulibaly with Jason Tatum. This should be a tough matchup, I'm not gonna lie. And they take game 1 and 2. We might come back though. Yes, we do. In a game 7 we win. And now we are playing the 5th seed Nuggets, led by the one and only, obviously, Nikola Jokic, who is a 92 overall. He's obviously regressing as he is getting older. And we take game 1, we take game 2, we take game 3. Bring out the brooms, question mark? Yes, sir. We absolutely sweep the Denver Nuggets, and we play the 3rd seed Oklahoma City Thunder, led by Shea and Chat. And this team hasn't really given us problems the past few years. Actually, they have, because we have went to game 7s multiple times, as the series is tied, and we take game 3 and 4. We might just go on to win our 5th ring in a row unless they come back. No, they don't. And Mavs win in the Western Conference. And now let's just simulate just to see who we play. And Cooper Flagg gets his 5th Western Conference Finals MVP in a row. Anyways, now we play a different team in the simulation who I don't really see very often, in the Orlando Magic, who have Paolo Banchero getting Eastern Conference Finals MVP. This should not be a match though, as we are going to bring out the brooms and we sweep for our 5th chip in a row, led by Cooper Flagg's double-double. Anyways, if it's not broke, don't fix it, as they are heading to Cooper Flagg's 7th season at age 24, and they're looking to win their 6th championship in a row. Let's see if it's possible. Out the gates, we are looking worse than before. But in this simulation, for the first time, Cooper Flagg ends up winning NBA Cup MVP, putting up another double-double. Bro is just a walking double-double. Anyways, I'll be back at the end of the All-Star break. Alright, at the end of the All-Star break, we are once again first in the Western Conference, sitting at 41-12. Anyways, let's just check out how the roster is doing. Obviously led by Cooper Flagg and his 28 points per game. And he's putting up really good efficiency. Brandon Miller doing his thing, and so is Cedric Howard. Anyways, I'll be back at the end of the regular season to see if Cooper Flagg wins his 6th MVP in a row and his 6th title in a row. Anyways, just call bro the go as he puts up his 6th MVP in a row. And let's see if he could lead them to his 6th title, as he also makes All-NBA first team. Obviously, that's a given considering he won the MVP award. And we are playing the 8th seed Memphis Grizzlies in the playoffs. This year around, we are the 2nd seed Mavs, as the OKC Thunder have one more win than us. That as Cooper Flagg goes on to try to win his 6th title in a row, we play the Grizzlies in the first round. Actually, no, we play the Jazz. I forgot we're not the 1st seed. And let's just see what happens. We sweep the Jazz. It doesn't matter that we're the 2nd seed, but we play an absolutely stacked Pelicans roster, as they have so many 90s or close to 90 overalls. They aren't even led by Zion no more, as he is one of the lowest overalls on their starting lineup. Anyways, we gentlemen sweep the Pelicans, and we play our competition again, OKC Thunder, who have just been continually adding players that are 90 overalls. But we take game 1 and they take game 2. It might be the end of the run here. Yes, it is, as they cannot win their 6th title in a row. They can't double three-peat. Anyways, Cooper Flagg was definitely not the problem, as bro put up 27 points and a double-double. And Cedric Howard was absolutely mediocre. I signed him to a crazy contract too. SGA ends up winning Finals MVP after Cooper Flagg won it 5 times in a row. Anyways, I'll be here at Cooper Flagg's 7th season. Yeah, or 8th, something like. I think it's 8th. Anyways, the Mavs GM was asleep, as he thought he did not need to make moves after they got eliminated by the OKC Thunder in the Western Conference Finals last year. Anyways, at the end of the All-Star break, we are sitting at 2nd, not much behind the OKC Thunder, but we have definitely regressed, as we are only a 30-win team this time around in the end of the All-Star break, but Cooper Flagg is also regressed, only putting up 24 points per game as he enters the prime of his career at 26 years old. That's not a good sign. And the Mavs dynasty continues as Cooper Flagg wins his, what is this, 6th MVP in a row or something like that. That's crazy to me. By no surprise, Cooper Flagg wins, gets all NBA first team once again, and they are the second seed Mavs again as they are playing the Lakers in the first round. But the OKC Thunder are absolutely going crazy in this simulation. Anyways, I haven't seen the Lakers play the Mavs in this simulation at all, but we have a really solid squad, nothing crazy as Cedric Howard is coming off the bench as a 6th man. Anyways, let's just continue to sim to see what happens. We should win this pretty easily as we take a 4-1 win, series win at least. Anyways, we play the Spurs who have a super team. I wouldn't be surprised if we lose to them. De'Aaron Fox coming off the bench. Did I see that right? And yeah, we let them come back and we lose. But SGA wins Conference Finals MVP. But the Magic, with Paolo Banchero winning Finals MVP, that is a surprise in this simulation. And the Mavs GM was sleeping once again as they have gotten way worse. They have only 199, I meant 90 because the 99 is so rare. The team has gotten way worse than last season. Let's see if Cooper Flagg could carry this team completely on his back as there's not a single player other than Cooper Flagg that's above even an 82 overall. Honestly, that's crazy. Cooper Flagg finally doesn't win the MVP award, and that was, what is that, the second time in this simulation, but he still continued to put up great numbers. Anyways, Mavs barely slide into the playoffs as they are the 6th seed, I believe, but we play the Spurs in the first round. I wouldn't be surprised if we get eliminated here, and yeah, we get swept, which is crazy. I believe Cooper Flagg is also a free agent this year, so this might be the end of the tenure of Cooper Flagg with the Mavs dynasty coming to an end here potentially. And yeah, Cooper Flagg is a free agent, but we're going to try to throw him everything we have, and there's a possibility that he doesn't sign with us because we weren't too great last year. We got eliminated in the first round. As it stands currently, we are one of the 2 favorite teams to land him. We offered him more money in total, but I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't sign with us. Let's just see. And he's on a cap hold, which is not good. That means we might not even sign him. And yeah, so Cooper Flagg decided to go to the Los Angeles Clippers, but that means the Mavs dynasty finally comes to an end. What a great tenure for the Mavs as they won, what was it, 5 or 6 championships in a row, which is crazy. Okay, so somehow he did not even go to the Clippers as he's on the Toronto Raptors now, which is interesting. I wonder if they did a trade, but I don't see how they would have traded him instantly after signing him. And yeah, there he is on the Toronto Raptors at age 27, entering the prime of his career on the Toronto Raptors. Let's just see how he does in the playoffs this year. Anyways, as the season comes to an end, he does not get MVP as CJ Rosser gets the MVP at this point, but he does get all NBA first team as he put up fantastic numbers. Anyways, the numbers have regressed a lot from last year as he's only putting up 24.9 or so points per game, which isn't good. And let's just head on to the playoffs and see how the Toronto Raptors do as they are about to get eliminated in the first round. And that is 2 times in a row, back-to-back seasons where Cooper Flagg has been eliminated in the first round. But this time it was against a lower seed in Indiana Pacers squad. This might negatively impact the legacy of Cooper Flagg here a lot as that isn't good for a star player. He should be leading them to at least a conference finals. I mean, he did put up almost 32, so it's not really his fault. We can't give the blame to Cooper Flagg there. SGA wins another finals MVP, maybe his first, I don't remember really. And we're just going to head on to the next season. Anyways, a 28-year-old Cooper Flagg is trying to win his 6th chip. but he isn't blessed with any crazy squads, so he's gonna have to carry. He's also regressed from a 99 to a 98, but I doubt that makes a crazy difference. He is in his prime, 28, so he should be able to carry the squad anyways. I will see you at the end of the regular season. And Cooper Flagg does not get the MVP this time around as CJ Rosser takes it back to back. However, Cooper Flagg does make the All-NBA first team, putting up a great stat line, but I don't think it was a double-double this time around. Anyways, the Toronto Raptors are the first seed, led by Cooper Flagg, obviously, and Scotty Barnes. And they play the Pistons, in which they sweep, but they lose in the semifinals of the Eastern Conference. Anyways, let's just check the stats in the playoffs for Cooper Flagg, as he absolutely carried this team, but they end up losing in the semifinals of the Eastern Conference, so it doesn't even matter. Let's just head on to the next season. Anyways, a 29-year-old Cooper Flagg is on a 2-year deal with the Raptors, though, making crazy money, by the way. Anyways, I will see you guys at the end of the regular season, as these regular season games don't really matter anymore. We're getting to the tail end of Cooper Flagg's career. Alright, so he doesn't get MVP again, which isn't good, because after the Mavs tenure, he hasn't looked crazy. He does get All-NBA first team, putting up decent stats, however, but after the Mavs tenure, his career isn't looking too good, I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, this time around in the playoffs, he is the 4th seed. He has a pretty decent team, as he has Donovan Booker, a 93 overall next to him, and he wins the first round, but he gets gentleman swept in the second round of the Eastern Conference, which is definitely hindering his legacy. Anyways, let's just check out the stats he put up, and just in case I don't think he choked, but let's just see. Anyways, he's a 97 overall, so he has gone down 2 overalls, but he did absolutely wonders for the Raptors in the playoffs, almost putting up 30 points per game, so it isn't his fault. Anyways, Cooper Flagg is now 30 years old, and ever since he left the Mavs, he hasn't looked anything special. Obviously, he's putting up good stats, but he hasn't led the Raptors to even a conference finals, which isn't good for his career at all. Anyways, at the end of the regular season, let's just see, and he does not get MVP once more, but he does make the All-NBA first team, putting up a solid 26 points per game, which is really good. But he is not fully in the playoffs yet, as he's in the play-in tournament. Anyways, the East looks hard, but he is the 7th seed, and I think for the first time in his career, he doesn't guarantee a playoff spot for himself. Anyways, let's just simulate these playoffs to see how he does. And he gets eliminated by the 1st seed Brooklyn Nets, and his career isn't looking too good after that Mavs tenure. Anyways, let's just see who goes on to win the NBA championship, as the Nets win, which is surprising in these simulations. I'm guessing all those draft players got them that championship. Let's just see how Cooper Flagg did in these playoffs, as he is 31 years old, and he did not put up any special stats, so that's not good for his career. Anyways, I tried to get him back on the Mavs, but he decided to sign a 4-year extension with the Raptors. But let's just see how that contract plays out, as he's going to be, I believe, I don't know the exact age by the end of that contract. Anyways, I'll be back at the end of the regular season to see if Cooper Flagg could finally win another championship. And the ongoing theme continues, as Darren Peterson wins the MVP award, and he does not even make the first team this time around. I don't know. He makes the second team, but he's definitely starting to regress, but he's at the tail end of his prime. Anyways, in the first round, he plays the New York Knicks, and the team is basically the same for Cooper Flagg, but he is down to a 97 overall. So let's just see what happens. He wins the first round, he wins the second round, and in the conference finals, he decides to get swept by the Brooklyn Nets, who once again win the championship. Anyways, let's just head on to the next season to see how Cooper Flagg performs, as he's looked disappointing ever since he left the Dallas Mavericks. Anyways, the GOAT case is still pretty strong, as he's a 5-time NBA champion with a 7-time MVP portfolio to his name, and 5 finals MVPs with 14 All-Star appearances and 12 first-team All-NBA selections. Anyways, so Cooper Flagg is now ranked 17th all-time in points scored, which is pretty historically significant. Anyways, he has a solid 6 years left, so he could definitely jump up on those scoring leaderboards. Anyways, he once again misses out on the MVP, and this is just a growing theme as he also misses out on the first team, second team, and the third team for the first time, probably in his career actually, which is really significant. And this time around, the Toronto Raptors are, I don't even know what seed they are, but he has put up a very mediocre stat line, only putting up around 23 points per game. And the Raptors are the second seed this time around. But they get eliminated in the first round by the Miami Heat, who are the 7th seed. This is terrible for Cooper Flagg's career. Anyways, Cooper Flagg will decide to re-sign with the Toronto Raptors as he has regressed to a 95 overall. But he's getting paid a lot still. But honestly, if I was him, I would switch teams because ever since he has got into the Raptors, he hasn't won anything special. Neither has he gone to any finals. And Boozer has taken the spark away from Cooper Flagg as Boozer once again wins MVP, and Cooper Flagg is nowhere to be found on the All-NBA first team, although he makes the second team this time around. But he is the first seed this time around, so he should be the favorite to win that Eastern Conference at least. He almost choked, but they go on to lose. No, they don't. They make the finals this time around against the Warriors for the first time in a Raptors uniform. However, they lose in the finals. And let's see if he played his part this time around in the playoffs. Let's just check real quick. 34 years old, still putting up 26, so it's not his fault that they lost. Team was not strong enough. Anyways, Cooper Flagg is now 34 years old, and he is starting to regress a lot, so he isn't able to carry like he used to once for the Dallas Mavericks. At the end of this regular season, Cameron Boozer continues to dominate. Cooper Flagg is now nowhere to be seen in any of the All-NBA teams. He is almost, I think he's 35 now, but he is in the play-in. Let's see if he could make the playoffs somehow. And he is, I think he's 35, it said. And he loses in the first round to the Boston Celtics, which has became a theme for his career, losing in the first or the second round. Doesn't really have the ability to carry his team anymore, but he did do some great things in the beginning of his career. Anyways, now Cooper Flagg is 35, so he's really regressed. He's only a 91 overall, still putting up decent numbers, 21. But let's just sim to the end of the regular season and see when he decides to retire, as I doubt he could do anything. Anyways, in the playoff picture, he is nowhere to be found, not even the play-in spot. So that is very interesting this season. I guess he is getting pretty old. And Cameron Boozer decides to win the Finals MVP. And let's just check out how Cooper Flagg did. Anyways, now he is 36 years old, and last year he averaged a pretty decent 21 points per game. So let's just sim to the end of the regular season and see if he does anything special, which I doubt nowadays. And he didn't really have any awards, but he's in the play-on spot in his 19th season, averaging 15 points per game, which is pretty decent for an old guy, I guess. But he does get eliminated here, and the Warriors decide to win the finals. Anyways, let's just check the all-time rankings to see where Cooper Flagg has ended up in the points leaderboard. And he is 4th now all-time in points. So he's making himself he's making a case for the GOAT, honestly, with a lot of MVPs and 5 chips. Anyways, now on the 3-point leaderboard, he is ranked 1st all time, and no other significant rankings on these leaderboards for Cooper Flagg, but he's doing pretty well in terms of points and 3-point field goals, I guess. Anyways, he again fails to make the play-in spot or the playoffs, obviously, if he didn't make the play-in spot. But he is now 38 years old, and he's regressed to an 85 from a 99 overall, only putting up 14 points per game this time around. He's close to retiring, so let's see what happens. Anyways, Cooper Flagg has decided to return for another year, and we're just going to give him all the money to sign him back on the Mavs to see if he does anything special. Anyways, we have given a 1-year, $69 million deal to Cooper Flagg, even though he doesn't deserve it like he used to before. Let's just see if he could potentially bring us another championship. Anyways, I hardly doubt he's going to bring us a championship, as he has regressed to an 82 overall, and he's on almost a $70 million contract. I doubt we're even going to get to the playoffs at this point. And yeah, there it is. We don't even make the playoffs, so he is now 39, so I'm guessing he's going to retire next season, only putting up 10.7 points per game. And the GOAT conversations have a little bit stalled off, as he hasn't done anything crazy in these recent years, but he is third time on the scoring record, right behind Anthony Edwards, which is surprising. Anyway, Shea is right behind Cooper Flagg. Let's assume these playoffs, as it doesn't even matter, as we're not even in them, and the Spurs decide to win another one with some random player I don't even know. And let's see if Cooper Flagg retires. Yes, he does, after 21 years of domination. Anyways, so let's just see what type of awards bro won. He had a pretty good career, almost putting up 30 in every year, or around 26 I should say. He was a 5-time NBA champion, 7-time MVP, 5 times finals MVP, and is that 18 times all-star I see? Yes sir. 12 times all-NBA first and 3 times second all-team NBA. Definitely one of the greatest players of all time. Anyways, if you enjoyed this simulation, please subscribe, as it took a while to make this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.